as we said at the start of November, each game we want to get a little bit better. And we were definitely better than the Argentina game. I thought we played with a lot of purpose today. We knew exactly how we wanted to play. And as I said in the roundup after Argentina, the fault that we didn't play like that against Argentina was my poor coaching. So this week it's not my poor coaching. It's a good play from the players. I thought the players have been outstanding. You know, the way they've applied themselves. And today we played with a lot of really good purpose.
On Freddie Stewart, he seems a bit the heart of a lot of the best man.
Yeah, no, you know, you consider that's his 15th test. You know, him and Marcus have come up through there. Only 15 tests in their career. Both of them keep growing. And Freddie particularly today was got a lot of free ball, you know, which enabled him to run a little bit more than he usually does. But his kick catch game was fantastic.
In terms of Freddie and how he's building, he already seems so secure. He sort of gives off a lot of confidence, doesn't he? For someone who's obviously so young into his test career, that must be very good.
Yeah, some players come through, you know, Owen was one, that they're experienced right from the start, and other players tend to take longer to mature, and you never really know how long it's going to take, but he's got a good head on him. He doesn't get too ahead of himself. You know, the only flashiness we've seen with him, he's got this ridiculous little moustache at the moment. So I think we're going to have to get rid of that for him.
You talked about the overthinking during the week. Is this a step in the right direction in terms of playing more freely?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, well, definitely. It felt more like us. It felt more like what we were capable of, and we're not there. We're not there yet. I think there's a few things to tidy up, but in terms of intent, in terms of getting the best out of ourselves, I thought that was miles better today.
What's your message to the guys about next week in the All Blacks? How many levels up do you need to get to beat them?
Oh, we'll see where we can take it. We've had a short turnaround this week, and we've had a big shift in attitude, and we've got 7 days together now to see how much we can get better, see how closer we can get, see how tighter we can become as a team, push our rugby a bit, and make sure we turn up with the right attitude again.
Have you ever been given a sword before after the game?
No, I've not. No,
Where are you going to put it?
I don't know, to be honest. Just got it. I've no idea.
Can I ask you about Freddie as well? Freddie's still there. Have you seen a guy like that come so quickly onto the test stage and look so secure?
I can't think off the top of my head, but no, I can only speak of Freddie himself and how good he is around the place, how good he is in training, how much he wants to get better, how honest and hard-working he is as a young lad, and he's obviously got some special talent with a lot of his stuff. Some because of his aerial stuff, some other stuff probably goes unnoticed as well. And you see him today breaking tackles and setting up tries. I thought that's a big part of his game as well.
Eddie, the All Blacks don't come to Twickenham very often. How exciting a challenge is that for the team? Have you mentioned it yet, or do you?
Look, we had a quick chat after the game, and it's an opportunity to play against, you know, one of the giants of world rugby. They're in a redevelopment period of their game. They're about to play Scotland, I think, so we'll have a look at them. Or no, tomorrow, isn't it? We'll see them play against Scotland tomorrow, and then have a chat about how we play against them. But yeah, it's a great opportunity, you know, for an England player. It's a massive opportunity. You look at the history of the sport. So the game's been going for, 150 years. And England's won 22% of tests against New Zealand. So there's a narrative about the game that says that England can't beat New Zealand. And I think, 2019 World Cup, we showed that if you've got the right attitude, you've got the right game plan, then that history can be broken. So we've got a great opportunity this week, or this coming week, to break history again. And we're looking forward to the opportunity.
Will you be tapping into that 2019 game at all? thought that was massive.
Well, there'll be certain things that we did well in that game will be important in the next game. There's certain things that we did well in that game that won't be important because their team has changed. They've got a different coach, so they're playing a slightly different style of rugby than they used to. But certainly, you know, the guys who played in that game, guys like Owen and Mako and Billy and Jamie George, are going to be, and Murrow are going to be important in reinforcing to the players that it's not mission impossible. That if we go after them, then they're there for the taking, and we're going to go after them.
I think you said on telly that you've really decided that Marcus and Owen are going to play together again. Have you set that strategy in motion for the autumn now?
Well, that was with Dylan and Matt Giddo. That was like drinking at the bar. You know, two old players. But look, we think Marcus and Owen can be really good together. But like any strategy, you know, the strategy's got to keep having results. And there's no reason why they shouldn't continue being that. But we don't get a team sheet and we put those two names in ink that you can't rub out. You know, so yes, we really like it, but you know, there's always changes you need to make, and we need to be flexible and adaptable, and we will be. So this obsession with saying these two need to be 10 and 12 is not the way we really think. You know, you guys can think like that. I'm sure Clive Woodward's got thoughts on it, so maybe you can ask him. He'll be able to give you some better information than I can.
Are you pleased with the way the attack clicked today?
I'm pleased with the way our running and kicking game gave us opportunities to move the ball. Yeah, again, they're a handy team, Japan. You know, it goes 7 points to the All Blacks. So I thought, you know, we were able to get on the front foot through our running and kicking, and then we were able to move the ball in the space, and we probably missed 20 points. Yeah, conservatively, we missed 20 points out there.
Thanks. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go on, Jamie. Last one for the English section. Thanks.
For both of you, Eddie, maybe you can answer it first. I appreciate it's match day, so you need to have your game face on and be focused. But did you manage to catch the women this morning?
Yeah, no, definitely watched bits and pieces of it. World Cup finals, as we know, you know, from experience, are tricky games. You know, and that was always going to be a tough game for them. 30 games on the trot, playing against New Zealand at Eden Park. And again, it's one of those stories in who beats New Zealand at Eden Park. You probably have to go to Mars to find someone. So, you know, and then they get a red card in the first 20 minutes. You know, and again, if you spoke about a game 10 years ago and you had a red card, you'd immediately think you can't win that game. But now it's just completely different because, you know, they're as common as when you go out in the street and you see electric charges for cars. You know, they're there all the time, and you've got to be able to cope with it. But you feel for the team. You know, any team that gets a World Cup final get beaten, you feel for them. And particularly the record they had in. But they've been great ambassadors for the sport. You know, the way they've inspired young girls to play rugby. You know, in between the main job I have, I go out to the rugby clubs, and the number of girls is just increasing all the time. So they've done a fantastic job to grow rugby, and they should be proud of that.
Owen, yourself?
Yeah, well, a lot of it's already been said there, but I mean, regardless of the result, I think we're massively proud of what they've done over the past few weeks, and there's been a lot of inspiration that's been had over here because of them. So yeah, no matter of the result, we're massively proud.